Hey, Terrace are here with a quick analysis of another team fight between KT Heroes and Samsung Blue. And this was the third game, I'm pretty sure, of the 5 game series. Yeah, it's the third game because the fourth game was excellent, and that's when KT Heroes picked Nocturne. Anyways, let's let this fight roll out before we analyze it.
자, 카직스는 후드에 탈진도 있고요. 맞아요. 맞았어요. 네, 이거 빠져나갔어요. 네. 한번 뒤에 마오카이 카직스. 자, 질려놨는데 난리 나겠는데요, 상황. 네. 자, 자, 가져갔습니다. 썬데이가 코너로 잡았고요. 자, 루키는 라이즈가 더블킥 안에도 죽었어요. 카카오. 카카오 이쪽으로 우리 쪽으로 와 카카오. 네. 살았고요. 이제 테레팔로 그럼 용이라도 용까지 KT 삼성블루. 자, 밀어보는 병력이 없습니다. 병력이
Alright, so yeah, you can kind of see why I chose that fight, because it was pretty interesting. There was multiple re-engages, there was 2 teleports burned, 1 from each side, there was multiple summoners burned, there was baits, there was people burning summoners for kills, there was ultimates that didn't go off. It was a 4v5 at the start because Sachani wasn't even there. Like, it was just a good fight, played well by both teams, trying to maximize like their items and summoner usage. So to start this off, let's actually move the time back. And it wasn't a long fight at all, really. 54 or 45, 14. There we go. Alright, so that's around the time we want to be at for when we're going to analyze the fight. So let's look at each team's items, and you see I actually have Maokai and Rise labeled as tanky AP, and that's because Bruiser kind of didn't want to fit, but also because these guys aren't necessarily pure tanks, but they aren't necessarily like not doing a lot of damage. These guys are doing a lot of damage, they're taking a lot of stuff in the team fight. Rise at this point has a Ceres, and I'm pretty sure his Rod of Ages is fully stacked. Maokai has his stacked Rod of Ages, he has a Negatron, they both have Negatrons, and they're trying to mitigate all the magic damage on the Samsung Blue side, so Munda's doing magic damage. Lee does a tiny amount of magic damage on his E. Ziggs does pure magic damage, Kog'Maw does split damage, Nami, whatever damage she does is magic, and she has like slight 80 damage from auto attacks, but that's really insignificant. And then you have Cacao, who had an early lead this game, and he's looking to just kill people, get his resets, and keep killing people. And he ended up getting the flat armor pen with his brutalizer with this early lead, and also transitioning into a Last Whisper, so the little armor that Samsung Bullets is building, because they're trying to mitigate all the AoE damage from Rise and Maokai, because this is a composition that they had used against Samsung White, so they know how this composition works, and they're trying to build against that explosive AoE fight that's going to end up happening, because what KT Heroes is looking to do is make everyone low with Maokai's ultimate and Rise AoE, while them two taking up the brunt of the damage, and from Cacao to come from a flank and to get the resets off of the squishies, and also whoever's like low on Samsung Blue. And to aid this, they do have Corki, who has some magic penetration and the burst from Trinity Force, so he went a really early game build, and this is his power spike right now. And Zilean is really insignificant this fight because he gets instantly killed as the fight starts, and I'll point that out. So we're gonna get the fight rolling, gets bubbled, and right here's important, which I have it on paint. So this red rocket line, it's kind of confusing with this Corki skin, but the red rocket line means it was a big one, so Arrow gets a nice big one onto Samsung Blue, and you can see that they had also previously sweepered this, so this was a blind big one, and that's just a testament to Arrow's skill and how he knows they're all going to be in that bush, and this just gave KT Arrow's exact vision where everyone was going to be. And Cacao, he's walking right now from, if you go back and watch this game, Cacao actually walked all the way from the top lane to make it in time for Dragon Spawn. So this is a nice chunk on all the members of Samsung Blue. Hachani gets bubbled, he's instantly gonna die. He gets attacked by Kog'Maw. Lee Sin's gonna go on him and kill him. And you notice over here I kind of squared off some of the things. Hachani doesn't even have his ult up for this fight, so he's just useless. The only reason you get support Zilean is to have a good early game in the bot lane to help get hyper carries out of the bot lane situation where they might be down to help improve your hyper carries with speed up and stuff like that. But he doesn't even get any of the speed ups on anyone because he instantly dies. And to also give people that Zillion ult so that when they do get bursted, they come back and they have a chance to escape and to kind of bait enemies around. But he does none of that, so this fight's a 4v5. And Rookie's going to walk up, he's going to flash and get a root onto Deft. And he's also going to ghost, so he's going to burn both his summoners for this engage. Arrow's going to walk up as well, but they're going to end up walking back immediately as soon as Hachani gets bursted. So we go through this. And Rookie goes for the flash. And then there we go. And now here's the second important thing I have. So right here, I didn't point out in my first screenshot, but we actually have the teleport coming in from Mundo. So Mundo's going to be over in this area, but while Mundo's teleporting, we have the teleport on top, and you can kind of see it in the minimap from Maokai. So Maokai's going for the flank along with Cacao. And this blue arrow over here is where Cacao's going to jump in. He's going to get a nice chunk onto Deft, and he's going to get a W onto Deft, slowing him, so he's not going to be able to chase. Rookie and Arrow are going to walk backwards, and Arrow's going to walk backwards while shooting out some rockets. Heart and Dade are actually going to walk towards Deft to prevent Kha'Zix from getting the isolation bonus on the Kha'Zix flank, and Mundo's going to walk towards Rookie and Arrow to try to zone him out and toss cleavers at them, and Deft is going to shoot his Ooze, and Heart's also going to shoot a Tidal Wave, which is going to split KT Arrows' team into two parts, and it's going to prevent the carries from KT Arrows from re-engaging onto the fight and adding their DPS, so Cacao's going to get instantly kicked away. So as we let this fight roll on, there comes the Tidal Wave, Cacao jumps in, and I have this fight actually in Paint 2, the screenshot. It's a little off, but that's okay. So Arrow's gonna Valk towards the blue buff because the wave is coming in, and this wave plus Kog'Maw's Spittle is just gonna zone and prevent KT Arrows from coming into the fight, and it's gonna push him back. So what they're looking to do is to secure this dragon. They're not looking to actually fight this, because if they were looking to fight this, they would have saved this ult and they wouldn't try to be zoning the KT Arrows. Just looking for a chunk, and they're looking for Dada to kind of get an ult off. But if you look at Dada's mana, which is kind of hard to see, it's pretty low. So Dada is not going to be able to do much in this fight, and he has to make every spell count. And Cacao's going to get kicked out, and as Cacao's getting kicked out, Maokai is going to start coming in, and they're going to go onto Deft, who's going to eat a little bit of poke from Cacao, making him low enough for someday to clean him up. So as we let this video progress, Cacao gets kicked out, the wave splits him apart, Maokai comes back in, and there you go. He gets oh, this was just showing the zoning and how KT Arrow can't really re-engage. So it's actually this screenshot right over here. So Someday goes in, he gets the chunk onto Deft. Someday's gonna get exhausted, but it doesn't really matter because he already got the kill onto Deft. Heart has no mana, so he can't do anything. Dragon's actually going to get aggroed by Someday's ult, so it's going to help put out a little bit more DPS that KT Arrows needed, because their carries, Arrow and Rookie, are all the way zoned out. And Acorn right over here is in the choke point, preventing the rockets from aiding Someday. And also he's preventing Arrow from coming into the fight. Dade is down here, and he's going to end up flashing for Rookie, which I'm going to point that out. And Cacao's looking to get some resets, but he ends up being zoned off by Acorn as the fight progresses, and Rookie and Arrow's going to move down over here to help kill Dade. But what comes out of this point is that Spirit ends up really low, and he can't be there to contest the dragon. And it was almost a kill, except no one from KT Arrows could focus him, and Spirit ends up running away really greatly. And Deft ends up dying from this, and that's pretty much the significance of this part. So as I let the fight roll out, Deft dies, some rockets get launched, and this is actually really like high level mechanical play. Rookie gets the root onto Spirit as soon as Spirit gets the Q onto him. So Dade, what he does is he trust that Spirit is gonna land his Q and chunk Rookie out enough, but Rookie bases so well. He has his shield from his Seraph's Embrace, and so he's gonna shield Dade's Q, and Spirit's Q is gonna run out, and he's gonna get too chunked to be able to go on to Rookie. And Rookie is so fast in this team fight because of his ult and because of the ghost. So like, it's ridiculous how he goes from here to over there in the time span that it occurs, and Arrow's gonna end up walking down over here, and he's gonna flash over to help Dade, and someday is not gonna be able to end up killing Spirit, but he's gonna be able to assist Rookie and prevent Rookie from dying. So as we let the fight goes on, Rookie gets Q'd, but it doesn't do any damage because of Seraph's Embrace shield. Someday gets Death's passive exploited onto him, and then Cacao looking to join this fight, but Acorn zones him off to prevent him from getting the resets onto Dade and then jumping onto Spirit. So Acorn plays this fight really well. He zoned off the carry, he zoned off Arrow, and he's zoning off Cacao. So we let this fight continue. Rookie almost kills Spirit right here, and Spirit is forced to flash out. Dade eats a big one from Arrow. Sunday's about to jump onto Dade, and what Sunday's going to do is really, really good, and what Rookie's going to do is really good. So Rookie's going to step into this brush to force Dade to make a decision to either kill Rookie or to try to like save Spirit and draw him away. So what Dade chooses to do is he tries to kill Rookie, but Rookie steps into the brush without Samsung Blue's vision, and he walks downward. So it's a 50-50, it's kind of like a 33% chance for Dade to hit. He has mana for one more spell. I think he actually used the mana on the minefield to kind of peel and hope for something. And I think he gets enough mana for a Q. And like Dade's build is made for sustained engages. It's not made for these quick bursty fights that the KT Arrows need to get the resets on Kha'Zix and to get the AoE damage off from their Rise and from Maokai. So Dade's going to launch a Q at Rookie, and Rookie either just stays in the same place. So that's 33% chance Rookie either moves for top to the top of the bush, so that's another 33% chance, or Rookie either moves to the bottom of the bush, so that's 33% chance. And Dade aims, I think, straight forward, and Rookie ends up juking bot, so it was really good by Rookie. And Someday ends up getting his ult radius onto Rookie as well, so I don't think Rookie would have died from the lone Q, but Dade just auto attacks, and then he ends up dying to the DPS from Arrow as Arrow flashes over, and Rookie puts the Rise DPS, and Someday locks him up. So we're going to let the fight continue. I'm going to stop talking. And that's what happens. And that's pretty much it. KT Arrows ends up securing the dragon, and they try to get a little greedy and go for the blue buff. And you saw Spirit over there, and he was extremely low. They hit the pink ward, but Arrow's going to try harassing him off, but it doesn't really matter much. They get the dragon, and then they get greedy and try to go for the blue buff, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And that's just showing at how KT Arrows snowballed their early game lead, and at this point Samsung Blue was actually fighting back really, really well, and they were trying to pull the game back towards in their favor, but KT Arrows was just so aggressive that it caught Samsung Blue off guard. And it also goes to show how Someday and Cacao played this series. Like, Cacao was never the primary engage in any of the games. He was always the secondary flank engage, and it goes to show how much creativity is kind of valued by the KT organization. Like, Cacao and Insect have such great engages with the Lee Sin, but that's a whole nother kind of time and a whole nother kind of debate. But I don't know, just to be a good jungler at a top level, and if you want to take something from this video, is just to get some creativity with the way you engage fights and the way you flank people to get onto the enemy carries. You don't always have to be in their face and then launch a Q at least and an insect someone backwards. Maybe you could come from the other side where you know there's no vision and stuff like that. Anyways, thank you for watching, and leave comments and stuff like that and criticism.